I'm Nick Smorelli, and this is Inside the Net by Zero Excuses, an exclusive mini-series from the Zero Excuses podcast. In this mini-series, I'm sitting down with 8 GadellNet employees for a peek behind our curtain, sharing how they've embraced our Zero Excuses culture. Here's Cody Hinkle, account manager. Tell the listeners a little bit about yourself.
Cody Hinkle. I am born and raised in Alton, Illinois, right outside of St. Louis. I have a husband who's a small business owner. I have an 11-year-old son, and we're busy. We're busy people, pretty involved in the community, and busy every day.
So part of the show is this kind of idea of zero excuses. When you hear zero excuses, both as a member of GadellNet, but in kind of general, what does zero excuses mean to you personally?
Personally, I holding myself accountable at all turns. When I wake up on a Saturday morning and feel like laying in bed and watching Netflix instead of cleaning the house or going to a community festival and volunteering, reminding myself what's important. There are zero excuses not to push myself, not to make my community a better place, not to help my clients at GadellNet or any of the above. I was lucky enough to have that mentality ingrained in myself since I was born. Jim Buttry, thank you very much for that. My dad, yeah, that's what it means to me. Just 100% accountability all the time.
So you talk a little bit about kind of community and what that means to you and pushing yourself there. Talk a little bit about what you do for the community and how that impacts the way that you live your life.
Alton and East Alton and the whole Riverbank community mean the world to me. I just want it to be a better place for my child and my nieces and nephews. So I serve on the Riverbank Growth Association board of directors, and we're just big on economic development. I really strive for 2 things. One, getting our generation of old millennials
We're young.
involved.
Stick with young. We're young.
So, getting millennials and beyond involved in the community. You can have a voice. We all do. And in tandem with that, just diversity in general. Everybody needs involvement. Everyone needs a voice. So, that's what drives me every day, just getting everyone out there and having a voice.
So what I've noticed about 38-year-olds, we'll call it the 38 community, but maybe I'll say 35 to maybe 45. We're kind of at this really kind of crossroads of, kids are growing up and they're demanding of time. Careers are kind of at their pinnacle in terms of time commitments. You've got marriage where you're now in double digits, so marriage now requires actual effort. You've got all these kind of things coinciding together. And thus the thing that I think slips the quickest for people is giving back in the philanthropy side of things, where it's maybe you can write a casual check here and there, but the reality is you're not giving up that time. So what do you do, and how do you have systems in place or something like that to make sure that's actually going to happen?
Before I came to GadellNet, I worked in nonprofit for over a decade, and that started when my son was born, and I take him with me. He is involved in all the volunteering, all of the events, everything I do. And then when my husband's not working, he does as well. We're lame, maybe? I don't know. But that's our fun. Like, that's our hobby. And we do philanthropy together. I also have a large extended family. And guess what? I force them to do it too. But it's fun and we all do it together. And my son, Memphis, he loves volunteering. He was excited, even though I left nonprofit, to come to GadellNet. He knows, how much philanthropy we do. And once the world's a little more open, he'll be here at the St. Louis office helping out.
We talk about kind of it being lame, and I guess lame is in the eye of the beholder. So tell me, what are your personal values? We talk a lot on the Zero Excuses main show around personal values and how that allows you to really decide what's lame and not lame. So what's decides to say yes or no to things.
I'm just big on family, so just always including my family in everything we do, obviously. Another, education. So never stop learning. Always be learning is my motto. No matter if you have worked at the same job for 2 decades and you think that there's nothing else, yeah, there's always more. There's always more to learn. And then just be open-minded. I think the biggest growth I've had as an adult has just been to meet people that are different than me. I want to seek them out. I want to listen. I want to hear from people I don't agree with. I want to hear from people that have lived a different life than I have, and just always learn from them as well, not just from a book, not just from a YouTube video or whatever, but from people.
So as your kind of parting wisdom for today, if you have to give kind of one statement or thought around individuals who perhaps say that they don't have time to give back or don't have time to do these other activities, what would be your comment?
Grab your kids or grab your dog or grab whatever or whoever you love and take them with you and just try to find maybe one thing for 1 hour a month and just 1 hour a month try to start out with. And just see if you could, volunteer in an event or volunteer something that you specialize in for a nonprofit maybe. And then if you don't know what to do, Cody.Hinkle@GadellNet.com, just email me and I will find you something to do.
Thanks for listening to Inside the Net by Zero Excuses. How have you made an impact here, at home, or in your community? Share it in the Lounge channel on Teams. And if you haven't already, be sure to join us at the Zero Excuses community on LinkedIn.